The rain hammered the stadium roof like 1,000 fists pounding out my heartbeat. But it was Isaiah's voice that cut through the storm, raw, broken, whispering my name like a confession he couldn't take back. Elijah, I can't pretend anymore. It's you. It's always been you. I froze in the locker room shadows, towel mid-swipe across my chest, the words hanging heavier than the championship trophy we'd just won, because Isaiah, straight as an arrow Isaiah, was staring at me with eyes that shattered every lie we'd built our friendship on. That night, as the team celebrated in a blur of cheap beer and backslaps, his hand lingered on my shoulder a beat too long, and I felt the world tilt. We'd been teammates for 4 years at Hudson Valley University, grinding through soccer practices under Coach Harlan's boot, sharing dorm crashes and late-night drives home to our small-town roots in upstate New York. Isaiah Ramirez, with his easy grin and that mop of dark curls that never stayed tamed, was the golden boy, all-American forward, biology major dreaming of vet school, the guy who high-fived everyone and cracked jokes that made even the grumpiest freshman crack a smile. Me? Elijah Hayes, quiet midfielder from the wrong side of the tracks in Albany, scraping by on partial scholarships and a part-time gig at the campus coffee shop. Gay, but closeted tighter than a nun's habit, because in a Division II program like ours, whispers could end careers faster than a red card. Our bond started innocent enough, freshman year, when he plopped down next to me in the weight room, spotting my bench press like we'd been bros forever. Hayes, you lift like you're fighting ghosts, he'd laugh, his Texas drawl sneaking in from summers with his abuela. I shot back something sarcastic about his form being all show, no go, and just like that, we were inseparable. Road trips became our ritual. Him blasting old-school hip-hop, me curating playlists of indie folk that he pretended to hate, but always hummed along to. He'd crash on my futon after parties, snoring like a freight train, and I'd watch the rise and fall of his chest, telling myself it was just admiration. Friendship, nothing more. But there were cracks, even then. Like the time sophomore year, after a brutal loss to Syracuse, when the bus ride home turned into a confessional. The team was rowdy up front, but we claimed the back row, passing a smuggled flask of Jack Daniels. Isaiah got quiet, staring out at the blurring highway lights. You ever feel like you're living someone else's life, Eli? He'd asked, using that nickname only he could get away with. I shrugged, playing it cool. All the time. Why? You got a secret identity or something? He chuckled, but it didn't reach his eyes. Nah, man. Just family stuff. Dad's old school, you know? Expects me to marry some nice girl, pop out grandkids, carry on the Ramirez legacy. His voice dipped, laced with something brittle. I wanted to press, but he clapped me on the knee, too firm, too lingering, and changed the subject to fantasy football drafts. I buried my own secrets deeper. Coming out wasn't an option, not with my mom working double shifts at the hospital, praying I'd find a good girl to settle down with, not with the team's macho vibe where fag was tossed around like confetti after wins. So I dated a girl from my lit class for 3 months, all awkward hand-holding and chaste kisses, just to keep the rumors at bay. Isaiah knew, of course. He teased me mercilessly about it, calling her your future ball and chain over burgers at the diner. But there was a flicker in his eyes sometimes, a shadow when I'd mention her, like he'd tasted something sour. Junior year ramped up the tension. We made captain and vice-captain, respectively, which meant more shared responsibilities, strategy sessions in the film room, where his knee would brush mine under the table, sending sparks I chalked up to static. Practices got fiercer, coach pushing us toward nationals, and Isaiah's playfulness turned sharper, like he was testing boundaries. He'd ruffle my hair post-drill, call me pretty boy, in that half-joking tone that made my stomach flip. Once, after a scrimmage, he stripped off his jersey and tossed it at me, shirtless and glistening, yelling, "Hold this, Hayes. Don't get any ideas." The team howled, but I caught his gaze, held it a second too long, and he looked away first, cheeks flushing under the stadium lights. Off the field, it was worse. We'd hit the bars in town, Hudson Valley's version of nightlife, all dive joints with sticky floors and karaoke nights. Isaiah would flirt shamelessly with sorority girls, but always end up back at our table, slinging an arm around me like I was his anchor. "You're the only one who gets it, Eli." He'd slur one night, breath warm against my ear. All this bullshit, the pressure, the pretending. I nodded, heart hammering, and steered us home before he said something we'd regret. That championship game against Rutgers was our pinnacle. Down 2-1 in the final minutes, mud caking our cleats, the crowd a roaring sea of green and gold. Isaiah threaded a perfect pass through their defense, and I buried it in the net. Tie game. Then overtime glory when he scored the winner off my assist. The stadium erupted. We tackled each other in the goal box, his body pressed to mine in the chaos, sweat and triumph mingling. In the locker room afterward, as the adrenaline crashed, that's when it happened. The team filtered out to the after-party, but Isaiah lingered, fiddling with his laces. Rain lashed the windows, thunder rumbling like an omen. "Eli," he started, voice barely above the downpour. I turned, expecting another joke. But his face, God, his face, was stripped bare, vulnerable in a way I'd never seen. "I can't pretend anymore. It's you. It's always been you." The words landed like a sucker punch. My towel slipped from numb fingers. The room spun. Isaiah, straight Isaiah, the guy who'd bragged about hooking up with half the cheer squad, was looking at me like I was the only solid thing in his crumbling world. I laughed, nervous, disbelieving. "What the hell, man? You drunk? We just won nationals. Don't mess with me." But he stepped closer, close enough I could smell his cedar cologne mixed with grass and rain. "I'm not messing. I've been fighting this for years. Every time I look at you, it's like everything else fades." His hand reached out, hesitated, then cupped my jaw, gentle, trembling. My breath caught, the air thickened. For a heartbeat, I leaned in, our lips inches apart, the pull magnetic, inevitable. Then the door banged open. Coach Harlan, bellowing about the bus. Isaiah jerked back like I'd burned him, eyes wide with panic. "Forget I said anything," he muttered, grabbing his bag and bolting. I stood there, shell-shocked, the echo of his touch branding my skin. What the fuck just happened? The after-party was a nightmare. Teammates pounding shots at O'Malley's pub, toasting our glory, but Isaiah vanished into the crowd, charming a group of fans like nothing had cracked open between us. I nursed a beer in the corner, replaying his words, the almost kiss, the fear in his retreat. When he finally slid into the booth, eyes bloodshot, he played it off. "Too much celebrating, huh?" Blacked out for a sec there. I forced a grin, but inside, rage simmered. How dare he drop that bomb and ghost? Was it a prank? Pity? Some straight guy curiosity experiment? We drove home in silence, the highway a black ribbon under sodium lights. My dorm was first. As I grabbed my gear, he gripped my wrist. "Eli, about earlier," I yanked free. "Save it, Ramirez. Whatever mind game this is, I'm out." His face crumpled, but I slammed the door, storming inside before the tears hit. That night, I didn't sleep. His confession looped in my head, a siren's call laced with poison. By morning, I'd convinced myself it was a fluke, a pressure cooker slip from the wind. We were brothers. Nothing more. But nothing snapped back to normal. Practices were torture. His passes precise but distant, our banter edged with subtext. He'd avoid my eyes during huddles, but I'd catch him staring from across the field, that haunted look returning. Off-field, he doubled down on the straight act, hitting up frat parties, posting Instagram stories with girls draped over him. Each one twisted the knife. Jealousy, I had no right to feel burned hot. Why say it if he didn't mean it? Was he toying with me, testing my loyalty like some fucked-up loyalty oath? 2 weeks post-championship, the betrayal hit. I was at my coffee shop shift when my phone buzzed, a screenshot from a teammates group chat. Isaiah, drunk at a house party, arm around Katie from the volleyball team, caption, "Finally locked down the future, Mrs. Ramirez." Who's jealous? Faced with tears of joy, the comments exploded. Fire emojis, bro slaps, one from him tagging me. "At Elijah Hayes, your boy's off the market. Time to step up your game." My vision blurred. The espresso machine hissed like laughter. He was engaged? Or at least playing it that way. After what he said, I confronted him that night in the parking lot behind the athletic center, the air crisp with falling leaves. "What the hell, Isaiah? Future Mrs. Ramirez? You dropped that shit on me, and then this." He leaned against his beat-up Ford, arms crossed, jaw tight. "It's not what you think, Eli. Dad's been on my ass, flying in for Thanksgiving, wants to meet prospects." I had to sell it. Sell it. like I was a prop in his charade. Fury boiled over. And what am I? Your rehearsal kiss? Some secret you whisper, then bury. He flinched, glancing around like we were being watched. You don't get it. If word gets out, my scholarship, the team, my family, they'd disown me. You're the only one I trust, but I can't. Can't what? Be real. I shoved past him, chest heaving. Fuck your trust. I'm done being your safety net. The fallout was seismic. I threw myself into finals, aced my psych paper on repressed identities. Irony thick as fog. But inside, I was unraveling. Isaiah's texts piled up. Apologies, explanations, pleas to talk. I ghosted them all. The team noticed the chill. Practices turned awkward, our synergy fracturing like cheap glass. Coach pulled us aside after a sloppy scrimmage. You two are my engine. Fix whatever's broken, or we're dead in playoffs. Isaiah shot me a pleading look. I stared at the turf. Thanksgiving break shattered the fragile peace. I headed home to Albany, crashing at Mom's overcooked turkey dinner, dodging questions about that nice girl. Isaiah's family was 2 hours south in Poughkeepsie. He invited me down for neutral ground, but I declined. Instead, I drowned in Netflix and runs along the Hudson, the river's icy flow mirroring my turmoil. Why did his words haunt me? Because they weren't just a confession, they were a mirror to my own cage. I'd hidden my truth for years, fearing the same rejection. Now, his cowardice made me question if I'd ever break free. He showed up unannounced on Black Friday, banging on my door at dawn, duffel slung over his shoulder. Mom let him in, cooing over, "Your handsome captain," oblivious. In my childhood room, posters of messy peeling, twin beds sagging. He paced like a caged wolf. Eli, please. I fucked up. Katie's nothing, a cover. But you're everything. The rawness in his voice cracked my resolve. We talked for hours, peeling back layers. His abuela's rosaries for his sins, his dad's belt marks from tough love lessons, the terror of losing the brother he pretended to be. I shared my own scars, the taunts in high school, the loneliness of loving in silence. By noon, tentative peace, a hug that lingered, his head on my shoulder, my fingers in his curls. I want this, he whispered. Us, if you'll have me. Dating in secret was a high-wire act. Stolen moments. Coffee runs where our pinkies brushed under the table. Midnight drives to the lake where we'd park and talk stars, his hand finding mine in the dark. Kisses came slow, first one tentative, under a harvest moon, tasting of mint and relief. They deepened in hidden corners. The back stacks of the library, his dorm when his roommate was out. Each one felt like rebellion, electric with risk. Isaiah bloomed, playful again, but softer, eyes lighting when I laughed at his dumb puns. You're my home run, Hayes, he'd murmur, American Pie style, making me groan and pull him closer. But secrets fester. Rumors swirled, teammates side-eyeing our bromance, coaches pointed focus on the game lectures. Isaiah's family pressure mounted, his dad booking flights for spring break, hinting at setups. Then Elijah. No, wait, that's me. Isaiah started pulling away, canceling plans with family calls. Paranoia crept in. Was he bailing? Regretting? The misunderstanding exploded mid-semester. I overheard him on the phone in the locker room, voice low. Yeah, Dad, there's this girl, smart, pretty. We're taking it slow. My blood ran cold. I stormed out, skipping practice, holing up in my room with a bottle of cheap whiskey. He texted frantically. It's for show. Trust me. But trust? It was Ash. That night, drunk and furious, I hooked up with a guy from the campus queer alliance. A one-night blur of bodies that meant nothing but regret. Guilt gnawed. I'd betrayed us first. Isaiah found out through the grapevine. He confronted me at the coffee shop. I stormy. Who was he, Eli? Some random to get back at me. I fired back. Like you're one to talk, Mr. Fake Girlfriend. It devolved into shouts, him accusing me of not understanding his stakes, me hurling his hypocrisy. You're ashamed, I yelled. Of me, of us. He went white, then red. You think this is easy? I love you, you idiot. But I can't lose everything. Love. The word hung, weaponized. He stormed out, slamming the door so hard the bells jangled. The rift widened. Practices became war zones. Passes intercepted, tackles too hard. The team suffered, a string of losses that had coach benching us both. Isaiah threw himself into studying, but I saw the shadows under his eyes, the way he'd linger after drills, watching me leave. My psych prof noticed my distraction, suggested therapy. I went once, spilling the mess to a counselor who nodded sagely about internalized homophobia. But words didn't mend the fracture. Spring break was the crucible. Isaiah's family insisted on a weekend at their lake house. His dad, stern ex-cop Victor, Mom Maria, warm but devout, Sister Sophia, the golden child. He begged me to come as the best friend, a buffer. Against better judgment, I agreed, nerves jangling like loose change. The drive was tense, classic rock filling the silence. At the house, rustic A-frame on Saranac Lake, pines whispering secrets. Victor clapped my back too hard. Heard you two are thick as thieves. Good, keep him straight. The pun landed like lead. Isaiah winced beside me. Days blurred. Fishing at dawn where Isaiah's line tangled with mine, symbolic as hell. Barbecues where Victor grilled steaks and opinions on real men. Nights, we'd sneak out to the dock, wrapped in blankets, stealing kisses under Orion. This could be us, he'd say, head on my lap. Someday. But the pressure cooked. Sophia cornered me one afternoon. He's different around you, happier. But Dad's talking marriage. What's the deal? I mumbled something evasive, heart pounding. The bomb dropped Saturday night. Family dinner, wine flowing, Victor toasting Isaiah's prospects. Then, casual as a weather report, Maria and I set you up with Elena's daughter. Nice Catholic girl, Albany girl like your buddy here. Isaiah choked on his pasta. Dad, not now. But Victor pressed, eyes narrowing at me. What's this, Elijah? You filling his head with city nonsense. The table froze. Isaiah's face drained, mine burned. Leave him out of it. Isaiah snapped, first defiance I'd seen. Victor's voice dropped. Watch your tone, son. Or that scholarship. Gone. We don't raise quitters. Or worse. Silence shattered. Isaiah bolted, chair scraping. I followed to the porch, rain starting again. Fate's cruel echo. He was shaking, fists clenched. See? This is it. They know somehow. Paranoia twisted. Had Sophia snooped? Me? We can fight, I urged. Together. But he whirled, eyes wild. Fight? And lose everything? The team? My future? You think I can just? Betrayal flashed, his words echoing that locker room night, but reversed. So I'm the casualty? Your love's conditional. He grabbed my shirt, desperate. No, God. Eli, Thunder cracked. Victor's silhouette in the door. Isaiah. Inside. Now. He let go. Walked away. I drove home alone. Wipers slashing tears from the windshield. The lake house shrinking in the rear view like a bad dream. Back on campus, the team imploded. Playoffs loomed. Our disconnect cost us a conference game. Isaiah avoided me entirely. Different routes to class. Skipped team meals. Rumors flew. Ramirez and Hayes beefing over a girl? I laughed it off, but hollowed out. Therapy helped unpack the rage, not just at him, but at the world that forced this. Mom called, sensing my funk. Baby, whatever it is, pray on it. God's got a plan. Faith. Mine was frayed. The climax crashed during the semi-final against Binghamton. Score tied, minutes ticking, mud sucking at our cleats. Isaiah broke through their line, ball at his feet, open goal. But he hesitated, glanced my way. I sprinted upfield, calling for the pass. Our eyes locked, time stretched. He threaded it. Perfect, trust reborn in flight. I controlled, faked left, slotted it home. Winner. The crowd roared. We collided in embrace, his whisper fierce. I'm sorry. I choose you. But victory soured fast. Post-game, in the jubilant locker room, his phone rang. Victor, congratulating. Then, proud of you, son. Elena's girl is coming to the final. Make a good impression. Isaiah paled, hanging up mid-cheer. I overheard, the joy curdling. Still playing house. I hissed. He rounded on me. What do you want? Me to torch it all. Fists flew. Verbal shrapnel. My accusations of cowardice, his of selfishness. Teammates pulled us apart. Coach benched us for the final. Sort your shit, he growled. Alone in my room, I hit rock bottom. Stared at the championship jersey, Isaiah's number 7 mocking me. Pulled out my phone, drafted the breakup text. We're poison. End it. But deleted, sobbing. Love like this, fierce, flawed, wasn't disposable. Finals week, he cornered me outside Psych Hall, rain sheeting down, our motif. Eli wait. Soaked, shivering, he poured it out. The panic attacks, the prayers for normalcy, the terror of losing me more than family. I told them. After break, Sophia guessed, confronted me. Dad flipped, cut me off. But fuck it, you're worth it. Proof? Texts from Victor, disownment ultimatums. Isaiah's eyes, red-rimmed. I'm all in. If you are. The decision gutted me. Forgive? Risk the fallout? Or walk, safe but half alive? Heart over logic, I pulled him close. Then fight with me. Our kiss, rain-lashed, desperate, sealed it. No more shadows. The national final was redemption. Unbenched, we played like demons, synced, unbreakable. Down 1-0 late. Isaiah fed me the equalizer. In extra time, I assisted his winner. Glory again, but sweeter. His hug fierce, public, teammates whooping without a whisper of doubt. Summer scattered us, me interning at a Albany nonprofit for queer youth, him volunteering at a vet clinic, piecing family ties with Sophia's bridge. We FaceTime nightly, planning fall, coming out to the team, maybe a road trip west. Betrayal scarred, but healed into strength. Isaiah's playfulness returned, laced with depth. You're my plot twist, Hayes. Best one yet. Looking back, that rainy confession wasn't the end, it was the spark. In America's heartland hustle, where secrets choke and love demands courage, we chose each other. Not perfect, but human, real. And in that, we found forever. The rain hammered the stadium roof like 1,000 fists pounding out my heartbeat. But it was Isaiah's voice that cut through the storm, raw, broken, whispering my name like a confession he couldn't take back. Elijah, I can't pretend anymore. It's you. It's always been you. I froze in the locker room shadows, towel mid-swipe across my chest, the words hanging heavier than the championship trophy we'd just won, because Isaiah, straight as an arrow Isaiah, was staring at me with eyes that shattered every lie we'd built our friendship on. That night, as the team celebrated in a blur of cheap beer and backslaps, his hand lingered on my shoulder a beat too long, and I felt the world tilt. We'd been teammates for 4 years at Hudson Valley University, a small liberal arts school nestled in the rolling hills of upstate New York, where the fall foliage painted the campus in fire and gold, and the winters bit deep enough to make you question your life choices. Soccer was our religion there, Division II, sure, but the passion ran bone deep, fueled by cold mornings on the practice field and the roar of a home crowd that felt like family. Isaiah Ramirez arrived freshman year like a summer storm. 6 feet 1 inch of lean muscle and effortless charisma, with skin the color of caramel and curls that defied every comb. From a big Mexican-American family in Texas, he'd moved north for the academics, chasing a biology degree with eyes on veterinary school. He was the guy who made friends in line at orientation, who organized pickup games with locals on weekends. Me? Elijah Hayes, 5 feet 10 inches of wiry determination, pale as the snowdrifts we shoveled off the field, raised in a shotgun house on Albany's east side by a single mom who worked ER nights and believed in second chances. Partial scholarship got me in. Sheer grit kept me playing. Gay from the moment I understood the word, but I'd learned early to bury it under layers of sarcasm and solitude. In high school, one slip, a stolen glance in the showers, earned me fairy scrawled on my locker. Lesson learned, survive, don't shine. Our worlds collided in the weight room that first week. I was grunting through deadlifts, sweat stinging my eyes, when he dropped onto the bench beside me. Yo, Hayes, need a spot? You look like you're about to snap that bar in half. His grin was weaponized, all teeth and mischief. I eyed him, wiping my brow. Ramirez, right? Save the hero act for the field. I got this. He laughed, a sound like rolling thunder, and stayed anyway, counting reps with exaggerated flair. 8, 9, 10. Damn, man, you're a machine. Buy you a Gatorade? Just like that, the ice broke. We talked Messi versus Ronaldo, traded stories of shitty high school coaches, and by the end of the session, he had my number for team lifts. From there, it snowballed. Shared meals at the dining hall, him piling his plate with tacos he'd authentic eyes, with hot sauce from home, me opting for the sad salad bar. Study sessions in the library, where he'd doodle anatomical sketches of animals while I wrestled econ homework. And the drives. Oh, the drives. Home for me was Albany, 45 minutes north. For him, Poughkeepsie, 30 south. We'd carpool, his old Ford F-150 rumbling like a beast, radio flipping between his rap anthems and my acoustic covers. This shit's depressing, Eli. He'd gripe at my Bon Iver picks, but he'd tap the wheel to the beat, windows down, wind whipping our hair. Those rides were where the undercurrent started. Innocent at first, him stretching after a long day, shirt riding up to reveal the V of his hips, me averting my eyes with a joke. Put that away, Ramirez, you're gonna cause an accident. He'd snort, jealous Hayes? Hit the gym more. But the air thickened, charged with unspoken. Once, stuck in traffic near Saratoga, he turned serious. Ever think about after college? Like, the real world, jobs, wives, the whole picket fence deal. I swallowed, focusing on the dashboard. Nah, too far off. You. He sighed, fingers drumming. Dad's got plans. Legacy and all that. Expects me to bring home a nice Latina girl, make abuelos happy. There was weight in it, a shadow behind the charm. I nudged his arm. Sounds like a rom-com waiting to happen. You'll be fine, golden boy. He smiled, but it didn't light his eyes. Sophomore year, cranked the dial. We roomed together, dorm lottery gods smiling, turning our shoebox into a shrine of cleats and posters. Practices intensified. Coach Harlan, a grizzled ex-pro with a voice like gravel, drilled us for conference glory. Isaiah's speed made him untouchable on the wing, my vision the perfect setup. We clicked like gears, his crosses, my headers. Off-field, the playfulness edged flirtatious. He'd towel-snap me into showers, laughing as I yelped, asshole. Once, post-loss to Colgate, he pulled me into a bear hug in the mud, whispering, we got this next time, partner. The word lingered, warm against my neck. I tested waters with a girlfriend, Lena from art history, sweet but straight edge. 3 months of group hangs, her hand in mine at movies. Isaiah ribbed me endlessly. Haze and love? Alert the presses. But at a team bonfire, watching us dance awkwardly, his beer bottle paused mid-sip, jaw tight. Later, driving home, he asked, she make you happy, Eli? Voice casual, but strained. Yeah, I lied. Why? He shrugged. Just, you deserve the real thing. The cracks widened junior year. Captaincy thrust us into leadership. Film breakdowns where his thigh pressed mine under the table, sparks ignored. Bars in New Paltz became ritual, dive spots with pool tables and $2 drafts. Isaiah charmed bartenders, bought rounds, but always gravitated back, arms slung casual over my chair. You're my ride or die, Hayes, he'd say, breath beery. One night, after closing, we stumbled to the truck, him leaning heavy. Eli, you ever feel trapped? Like, by who you're supposed to be? My heart stuttered. All the time. You. He nodded, head lolling. Yeah. Dad's calls. Be a man, Isaiah. No weakness. I drove in silence, his hand on my knee for balance. I didn't move it. The championship against Rutgers was Armageddon. April chill, turf slick, stands packed with alums waving blue banners. We trailed 2-1, clock bleeding out. Isaiah danced through defenders, ball glued to his boot. I ghosted into space. The pass arced perfect, weightless, trust incarnate. I volleyed it top corner, equalizer. Overtime, frenzy of legs and lungs. He broke free again. I screened the keeper, his shot, rocket low. Goal. Bedlam. We crashed together, his yell in my ear, body flush in victory's heat. Locker room. Steam thick, adrenaline electric. Team trickled out to buses and bars. Isaiah lingered, lacing slow. Rain lashed panes, thunder growling. Eli. I turned, towel loose. His eyes, dark pools, vulnerable. I can't pretend anymore. It's you. It's always been you. Air sucked out. My pulse thundered. What? He stepped in, hand to my face, thumb tracing jaw. Years, man. Fighting it. But tonight, I can't. Inches apart, his breath mingled mine. Cedar, sweat, truth. I leaned, lips parting. Door slam. Coach, Ramirez. Hayes. Bus leaves in 5. Isaiah recoiled, horror dawning. Shit, forget it. Drunk talk. He fled. I sagged against lockers, world askew. Was it real? Or the winds high? After party at O'Malley's. Neon buzz, foam spilling. Isaiah held court, shots lined, girls orbiting. His laugh rang false. When he brushed my shoulder, it burned. I bailed early, walked campus paths under sodium glow, mind reeling. Brothers too. This. Risk everything for a maybe? Morning. Hangover City. He texted, last night equals blur. Sorry if weird. I typed back, all good. Epic win. Lie. Practices off. His smiles forced, passes wild. I mirrored, burying hurt under hustle. 2 weeks in bomb. Shift at Beanery, espresso hissing, phone pings. Group chat screenshot. Isaiah at Kegger, Katie, volley star. On his lap, ring glinting. Caption, she said yes. Future Ramirez fam, meet the queen. At Elijah Hayes, your turn bro. Comments, congrats, WTF, hard eyes. Ring? Proposal? After that, rage blinded. I ditched shift, stormed athletic lot. He was loading gear, whistling. Engaged? Really, Isaiah? He spun, bag dropping. Eli, it's not. Bullshit. You confess. Ghost. Then this circus? Face crumpling. Dad flew in unannounced. Saw the bromance pics, flipped. Settle down or lose funding. Katie's in on it. Beard for show. Beard. The word stung, reductive, dirty. So I'm what? The trial run. He reached. I backed. You don't know the pressure. Family, scouts, everything rides on normal. Normal? Fuck your normal. I shoved past, chest tight. I'm not your experiment. Fallout, Ice Age. Texts unread, eye contact nil. Team fractured, losses piling, coach raging. You two done. Whispers, Hayes jealous. Katie steal his spot. I laughed it off, but isolation clawed. Therapy referral. First session, I unpacked the ache. Love unrequited, identity war. It's betrayal, the counselor said. But also opportunity. Your truth. Thanksgiving loomed. Moms, turkey dry, questions prying. Boyfriend material yet? I deflected, but cracked later, sobbing on her shoulder. Ma, I'm different. She hugged tight. Then be you, baby. God's love, don't discriminate. Half absolution. Isaiah's invite. Lake house, truce. I went full. Drive, loaded silence. House, cozy trap, wood beams, crucifix walls. Victor, bear hug, backslap. Keep my boy straight, Elijah. Maria, tamales, rosary beads. Sophia, sharp eyes, you two attached at hip? Days, tense idle. Fishing, lines crossed, metaphors. Remember freshman weights? Isaiah murmured. Felt like fate. Barbecue, Victor's rants on family values. Nights, Doc, stars pinprick. Kisses stolen, first sweet, then hungry. I miss us, he breathed. This us. But Sunday, dinner volcano. Wine loosens tongues. Victor, Isaiah, Medelena's daughter? Perfect match. Isaiah tenses. Dad, no buts. Elijah understands. Good men provide. My four clinks. Sophia's glance, knowing? Isaiah snaps. Leave Eli out. Victor booms. Tone, boy. Where that ride ends. Scholarship, team, all. Isaiah flees to porch. I follow, drizzle starting. They suspect, he gasps. Sophia saw a text, yours. Betrayal's kin, my words weaponized. We can, no. It's over. Safer this way. His rejection, cold, final. I drove away, heart in shards. Campus return, ghost town. Isaiah dodged. I numbed with runs, books. Team, powder keg. Rumor mill churned. Sophia blabbed. Teammate Jake cornered me. Saw you two at the lake. What's the tea? Denial, but seed planted. Psych paper, repression's cost. Irony. Mom's call. Proud but sad. Come home. I did weekend. Helped at hospital. Saw weary faces. Humanity's core. Strengthened resolve. No more hiding. Isaiah's olive branch. Note in locker. Coffee. Please. Beanery. Corner booth. He looked wrecked. Stubble. Hollow cheeks. Eli. The lake. Panic. Dad threatened to pull funding if I strayed. Strayed. Like I was deviation. So you chose. Voice broke. No. Trying to protect us. But losing you. Worse. Tears tracked his face. I love you. Stupid, scary love. The L word, lifeline. I took his hand. Prove it. Secret romance. Thrill and terror. Mornings, gym, Pinky's brush. Afternoons, library nooks, lips meet soft. Evenings, truck, lake road. Parked, tangled in seats, whispers of futures. Vet clinic in Albany, he'd dream. You coaching youth league. Us. Kisses evolved, exploratory, Tinder, souls bared. But shadows loomed. Team huddles, Jake stares. Coach, sink or sink. Isaiah's family calls, clipped, Victor's voice booming through phone. Good on the girl front. Lie layered. Misunderstanding brewed. Locker room, Isaiah on phone low. Yes, sir. Taking her to formal. Serious. My stomach dropped. Formal? With Katie? I bolted, skipped film. He chased to dorm. Cover, Eli. Dad's visiting. Feels real. Doubt festered. That night, alliance party. I drank, danced with Theo, cute poli-sci major. Kiss in shadows. Rebound, regret instant. Isaiah learned via Jake's taunt. Hayes playing both sides? Confrontation, lot, dusk. Who? Jealousy raw. Like your serious date? Shouts echo. You think I want her? It's survival. Survival without me? Fists clench. He grabs, kisses fierce, anger to passion. We break, panting. Can't lose you. But trust cracked. Rift, practices war. Tackles vicious, passes lost. Lost to Yukon. Coach benches. Personal crap ends now. Teammates murmur. Gay drama. Jake spreads. Saw kiss at party. Locker poison. Slurs scrawled. Fudge packers. Isaiah snaps at Jake. Back off. Fist fight. Isaiah bloodied. Suspended. I visit his room. Ice pack in hand. Why fight? For us. Tired hiding. Vulnerability. He confesses therapy. Pills for anxiety. You're my safe. We make love. Not physical, but emotional. Hours talking. Holding. Rebuilding. Spring break redux. No lake. Instead, my mom's. Isaiah meets Ma. Awkward charm. Helps dishes. Laughs at stories. Good kid, she whispers. Night walk. This normal? Scary good. We vow, post-season out. But controversy peaks. Dad visits game, unannounced. Stands glaring as we win. Post-game, he corners Isaiah. That Hayes kid, trouble. Ditch him. Overhears me nearby. Or what? Victor sneers. Or I expose your little secret. Scouts hate scandal. Blackmail. Isaiah blanches. I step in. Leave him alone. Victor laughs. Two birds, boy. Climax. Pre-final presser. Leak. Anonymous post. X-thread. HVU soccer stars in queer affair? Pics, or it didn't happen. Jake's doing. Chaos. Media swarm. Coach in damage control. Isaiah pulls me aside. Run or face. Heart pounds. Face. Final versus Fordham. Storm literal, metaphorical. Benched? No. Coach starts us. Crowd mixed. Cheers, jeers. Game, brutal. Tied 2-2, injury time. Isaiah down wing, triple marked. Looks to me, trust leap. I break free, pass arcs. Header goal. We win, nationals bound. But Victor storms field, grabs Isaiah. Disgrace. I'm done. Disowns publicly, Mike hot. Isaiah crumples. I hold him as cameras flash. Betrayal's apex, family lost for love. Aftermath, whirlwind. Press, coming out or scandal. We issue statement, joint. We're together. Focus on the game. Team splits. Jake outcast, others rally. High fives tentative, then firm. Coach, play ball. Rest is noise. Isaiah crashes at mine. Nights curled, his sobs soaking my shirt. Lost everything. I soothe, gained truth. Calls to Sophia. She sides with us. Dad's wrong. Love you. Bridge built.